Hello, it's Ashima and this is my book den. So today I'm making the second video in a series I like to call Why 5 Stars. So in this series I tell you why I liked a book so much that I gave it 5 stars, because I think it's a rare experience in a reader's life to give a book 5 stars. And today's video is about My Family and Other Animals by Gerald Durell. So the earlier one was about The English Teacher by R.K. Narayan. If you want to catch upon it because you're an older subscriber and did not get a notification, or you're a newer subscriber, I'll link it up here. And now we shall move forward with the book of today. So I read an excerpt from My Family and Other Animals in the 5th standard, and I really liked it because of the comical characters, and I didn't think at that time that it was actually from a book about natural history. So I picked it up only last year and was totally mesmerized by it. So the book is about the Durell family moving from Britain to Corfu Island in Greece to flee the gloomy British climate, and now they are on this island which is very rich in biodiversity and also has a very good climate. All the characters in the book have very characteristic personalities. Like Larry likes to read, although he's a very snobbish reader. Then there's Gary, our narrator, who is very fond of natural history. Then there's Leslie, who likes to play with revolvers. So the first reason I liked the book so much is because of the narrator. He's 10-year-old Gary. Actually, it's an autobiographical novel. This narrator is 10-year-old. He's fond of natural history, and it's not like when he describes insects that he's describing just their appearance like a normal 10-year-old would. He knows certain terms. He knows about their life cycles, about them breeding, about their habitat and certain things. But also he does not use institutionalized terms all the time. So he does not use scientific terms all the time, which makes it very hilarious when he calls the female insect the bride. So it was very peculiar to read that. And he makes the story a lot more fun because this is a child's perspective on what is going on around him. So the second reason I like the book so much is because as interesting as the diversity of life on the island is, as interesting are the plethora of characters in it. So you get to see a lot of side characters which add a lot to the story, because the book could have been solely about the natural history of the Corfu Island in Greece, but it is not because of them. They are so hilarious, and once you read through the book, I think you'll miss the side characters more than some of the main characters. So I'll be reading an excerpt from the book where the siblings and the mother have landed in Corfu and they are hiring a cab. So when the cab starts to drive, all the dogs start running behind the cab, and it's very hilarious how Larry tackles it all. "Why don't you do something instead of criticizing?" snapped Leslie, who was locked in combat with Roger. Larry promptly rose to his feet, snatched the whip from a astonished driver's hand, made a wild swipe at the herd of dogs, missed them, and caught Leslie across the back of the neck. "What the hell do you think you're playing at?" Leslie snarled, twisting a scarlet and angry face towards Larry. "Accident," explained Larry airily. "I'm out of practice. It's so long since I used horsewhip." "Well, watch what you're bloody well doing," said Leslie, loudly and belligerently. Now, dear, it was an accident," said Mother. Larry took another swipe at the dogs and knocked off Mother's hat. "You're more trouble than the dogs," said Margot. "Do be careful, dear," said Mother, clutching her hat. "You might hurt someone. I should put the whip down." The third reason I liked the book is because of the writing. It's hilarious in some parts, it gives you knowledge in some parts, and it gives you profound, beautiful lines in others. So I'll be reading an excerpt where Gary is meeting his teacher's very old mother, and she has a beautiful mane, although she has a wrinkled body and is kind of bedridden for the most of the day. "Do sit down," she invited. "Do sit down and talk for a minute." Gingerly, I picked up the mass of auburn hair and moved it to one side so that I could sit on the bed. The hair was soft, silky, and heavy like a flame-colored wave swishing through my fingers. Mrs. Kralevsky smiled at me and lifted a strand of it in her fingers, twisting it gently so that it sparkled. "My one remaining vanity," she said, "all that is left of my beauty." She gazed down at the flood of hair as though it were a pet or some other creature that had nothing to do with her, and patted it affectionately. "It's strange," she said, "very strange. I have a theory, that some beautiful things fall in love with themselves, as narcissists did. When they do that, they need no help in order to live. They become so absorbed in their own beauty that they live for that alone, feeding on themselves as it were. Thus, the more beautiful they become, the stronger they become. They live in a circle. That's what my hair has done. It is self sufficient, it grows only for itself, and the fact that my old body has fallen to ruin does not affect it. When I die, they will be able to pack my coffin deep with it, and it will probably go on growing after my body is dust. So this was all for today's video. Thank you so much for joining in, and I would like to thank each one of you because now I have 1K subscribers, and when I started out I didn't think I would reach this milestone, and that too in a year. So I'm really thankful, and I'll be hosting a giveaway on my Instagram, so it will be linked down below. So do make sure to follow me there, and it will be a really kind of personal and a really artsy giveaway. So please join me there. And as usual, if you enjoyed the video, like the video, comment down, did I convince you enough to pick up this book, or do you need more convincing? And also, what are you currently reading? And please subscribe to my channel for more bookish content. I'll see you in the next video. Bye.